Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome again to yet another finale video for TOA Hard. This is Lyrith. This is like my third or fourth video on her, and I think maybe like my fourth clear of her or something like that. So let's go over the strategy again, shall we? For this wave, I only put the slow debuff on the Junos because you guys know if they have 2 or more debuffs, they will cleanse them off of themselves whenever they get a turn and heal up based on how many they took off. So I'm just going to be slowing them. For the Annabelles, I'm going to kill them first because they have an AoE defense break. That's the thing that I found can kill you if you let the Annabelles move and get a defense break on you. So I go for them first. They also have a cleanse where they can remove the slow, which means all of the enemies are just going to be moving faster and doing damage to you and probably killing you at the same time. So Annabelle's first. I prep one to start out the round. I'll prep one by defense breaking it, which is going to be the one that I'm going to freeze with my Sig, and then the other Annabelle I taunt with my Mav. And I focus them down first. Once they're dead, we make it to the Junos. So I kill the Junos one by one, and I put a lot of debuffs on them when I'm focusing them down because I am able to get my Beretta's attack bar reset on them to make sure they don't move because they're going to have a ton of debuffs on, and like I said, you guys can read up on Juno's passive on the Summoner's War wiki. That's my favorite website to look up all these monsters to see what they do. So I have to make sure that the Junos don't move at all. So I kind of have to time out my Wings of Wind properly. My most important skill for this wave is my Beretta's attack bar reset to make sure the Junos don't move. So I'm gonna make sure that I Wings of Wind properly and I don't do it when his attack bar reset is up. I think it might actually be up right there. Did I just mess up? I don't know. Sometimes the Junos will move, that's okay, it happens, you'll be fine. Bella is not enough to heal Mav by herself. You will have to use your taunt to help heal a little bit. That's totally fine though, because you're going to be attack bar resetting her and she won't get to move. So I have heard that some other people do this a different way, where they don't do what I do and they just use everyone's first skill. That doesn't make any sense though, because you'll have a defense break and possibly a stun. This is just what I do. I think this is the best way to do it. So I'm doing the same method on this Juno. My attack bar reset's the most important thing, so whenever I use it, I'm going to need to Wings of Wind shortly after. Right there, I did it right after, which was pretty nice. And then for the second wave, most of the time you have to, for most floors of TOA Hard, you have to make sure you have your skills up. So you can use your Sig's third when it just gets down to like the last Juno or the last 2 just for more damage, but I don't find that's necessary. I like to be a little bit safer and save that for the next wave. So you definitely, your Phoenix Fury will be up, which you will need for the second wave. You want your slow up for the second wave, but your Spectra slow's on a fairly short cooldown, so you should be okay with that. I don't really think about it too much. Maybe I do though, maybe subconsciously. I actually think about this way more than I make it seem. But yeah, make sure you have those big ones up. Spectra slow, Beretta dots, Sig's third, and Mav's Wings of Wind. You kind of need that up, but not really because you're probably not going to use it on the first turn. So conserve your cooldowns, and here we go to the second wave, and I will explain the strategy for that one. Okay, here we go. Second wave. The strategy here is to put as many debuffs on everything as you can. That means spreading out your defense buff, getting, like, you guys know what yeah, that was it. I tried to explain it more or whatever, but pretty much the defense buff thing is one of those tiny things that can be the difference between victory and defeat. I get a horrible first turn here. This wave, oh my gosh, yeah, hold on. This is one where I fail. We can just skip, so we'll watch the fail here, and then we can skip ahead to the proper one. So for this floor altogether, this time around, I think I wiped 15 times, and then I think I wiped twice, because I kind of knew that my Spectra's runes and my Mav and my Sig were really not that good this month. So after I switched my Sig, I gave him some of my Theomars's runes because Sig's on Violent, Theo's on Violent. So I think maybe I just gave him one rune, like a speed in slot 2. You guys can check my runes in the description down below, along with my skill ups. And then I had to donate some runes from Vero to Spectra. And then I think I failed one time, and then I passed. Just because of this wave, you do have to get a good first turn with some stuns, and you have to land your slow and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and skip ahead to the next run of this. So be right back in a second. Okay, here we are again. This is the run after this. I try to be patient. Like, I did wipe 15 times, but I try to be patient, make sure you're using all of the correct skills, and try to identify what's going wrong. So I missed 2 slows there. The Veros didn't get slowed at all, so I'm like, great, this is going to happen again, and I only get 1 stun. Like, are you serious? But I'm just going to keep playing it out because you never know. I could pass, and I did end up passing. For this wave, I saved my Bella's taunt because I found that I can tank out the Aryas if they do use their 3rd skill on me, but it's important to have Bella's heal ready. So both of the Aryas derped, which I guess was kind of helpful. I'm using my freeze to try to get a CC on the Vero there. In the past, one of my favorite strategies for this wave is to attack bar reset the Veros, because they're the ones who are going to be removing your dots, removing your slow, removing everything, right? And you really need those debuffs to stick to all of the enemies. I get a super sweet 5-man stun. Was that 4 or 5? I don't remember what it was. It was either 4 or 5. So that really gave me a huge advantage and made the level pretty safe. But even if it's just down to 2 monsters, I found that I can still wipe. I have wiped in the past when it's just down to 2 monsters on this floor. So I'm going for my freeze here just for extra CC, and then I focus down the Aryas first while attack bar resetting the Veros, just because they can put so many debuffs on you, and you don't have your Vero, you only have your Mav to take them off, so that can kind of suck because they have a slow and a glancing hit, which is not good, because if you glance, none of your skills will apply, because all of your skills, that's just how they work. Yesterday I was looking up more particularly which skills go through glancing hit, and then I can link you guys the list down below. I'm pretty sure it's accurate, but I didn't even know some of that stuff, and you don't need to know everything or even that many things to get kind of far in Summoner's War, I think. So I'm just going to try to keep as many debuffs as possible on these enemies, throwing out my Despair stun there to try to get a stun, but it's not happening. I probably made some mistakes in here that I just didn't notice. So I think, let's see, okay, I'm getting my dots up, and that's pretty much it. So in the past, in my previous videos though, I have really liked to attack bar reset those Veros to make sure my debuffs stick on the enemies longer. This time around I didn't really do that though. I kind of just did whatever, like I just reset whatever had the highest attack bar, I think. So maybe if I did it the other way, maybe I would have had more success, I don't know. You guys might have to play around with it because that's something that I just kind of came up with after doing that wave like a billion times. So you don't need to conserve any cooldowns at all as we move on to Lyrith, because she will remove all debuffs when she splits, so it's pretty pointless to put like any of your big skills on her before she splits. Okay, so when she splits, she removes all debuffs, and when she merges, she removes all debuffs, so she just split there. Let's talk about her 3 colors, shall we? So this is the main mechanic with Lyrith. She's going to put 2 colors out and keep 1 for herself. Each color does something unique. The red color will counterattack you, and I think it has a taunt. It has like an AoE skill or maybe a single target where it taunts. The red color is by my Beretta, and if you're colorblind, there is a visual effect on the ground that you can see. So the red one by my Beretta has some flames sticking outwards, I guess we could say. So that's the red one. Counterattacking is the main thing. The green one is by my Mav, and then the visual effect once again is under the green one's feet. Kind of looks like some leaves or something like that. And then Lyrith kept blue, and then the blue one's visual effect is an eyeball. You can see it under Lyrith's feet. There's an eyeball in the middle. So she put out red and green and she kept blue for herself. Blue, the damage scales off defense. Lyrith herself has an AoE defense break that she can do. The green one, I don't quite know what that one does. Oh, the green one does steal your attack bar, but I'm not quite sure about their special skills. I know Lyrith has a defense break, and then I've seen the red one taunt, but I don't really know what the green one does. So the blue one is going to be your best friend. It's going to be your punching bag. The general kill order is going to be green, red, blue. You really don't want to attack the red or green unless you have them stunned, so use the blue as a punching bag until you have the red and green stunned. The green one just stole my attack bar a little bit. So I defense broke the blue. It's really important to have that defense break on the blue at all times because her damage does scale off defense. So you want to reduce her defense so she doesn't do that much damage to you. My Sig and my Mav are my 2 designated stunners. So here I'm going to try to stun the green when her attack bar is low. It's also very important to have your slow on everything. It didn't apply to the red or blue, but that's okay. I didn't really notice to begin with. So I decided to defense break the green because her attack bar was already pretty low. The red one just attacked and she did taunt, so I think she has an AoE taunt because she did AoE attack, so pay attention to that. And then I'm using the blue as a punching bag. I tried to stun the green there twice, but I didn't get it. And then I get it with Beretta, which was weird. But the green one's about to move, so Lyrith just did her second skill. If we look up in the top right corner, Lyrith has 4 turns until she merges with her clones. You want to kill them before that because if there's no clones to merge with, Lyrith will stun herself and you can do a ton of damage to her while she's stunned because she won't be doing anything to you. But if there are clones up, she'll merge with them and gain permanent stats and you will most likely lose at that point. So you want to kill them. Lyrith just used her second skill, which is the AoE defense break. I don't know if that's blue specifically or if it's just like Lyrith. You guys can actually click on that and look at it when you're fighting her. So now I get my slow on everything. The red one has a revenge. We can just see she revenged on me. And I'm trying to get a stun on the green because like I said, kill order is green, red, blue. But if I had gotten a stun on the red and not the green, just from like Beretta or something like that, then I would have started attacking red at that point. It's just kind of situational what you go for. Right there, I decided to stun the red just so she wouldn't be able to move on me because the red one does do damage. So I'm just stunning her kind of for fun. Well, I mean, not really for fun, but really to reduce her damage because I had an extra stun, right? If I didn't have an extra one, then I would have saved it for the green one. So maybe I actually should have saved my Sig's second skill right there and saved it for the green one because the green one's about to move. And I guess I didn't attack bar reset it. It's getting kind of low though. So for your Beretta's attack bar resets, you're going to have to use them situationally, just exactly like how you attack them situationally, the different colors. You know, sometimes you have to use blue as a punching bag. If green isn't stunned but red is, you have to attack red. So Beretta, you're going to have to be situational with it. Another huge mechanic to mention is what color Lyrith keeps herself. If she's blue or green, you pretty much want to slow her and continue to attack bar reset her. Remember, your attack bar reset's not going to be as potent on Lyrith if she's green because she will be stealing your attack bar. So it's not really that potent. You might want to use it on something else that isn't going to just instantly get back the attack bar that you just took away. But if she's blue or green, you pretty much want as much time on her as possible to do as much damage as possible while she's stunned and stuff like that. Okay, so Lyrith has 2 turns we can see up in the top right corner before she merges with her clones, but she doesn't have any, so she will stun herself. And then whenever she merges, she's going to remove all debuffs, so I need to make sure that I have my Spectra slow ready to put it on her as soon as possible so that I can get as much damage on her as possible in that time period when she's stunned. So blue or green, you pretty much want to be like resetting her and slowing her and stuff. But if she's red, the red one does revenge on you, like I said. So you may not want to exactly get it to the point where it's just you versus her and she's red, because she's going to be revenging on your ass every single time you hit her, and that can get especially dangerous if she uses her second skill. It's on cooldown right now, but like we saw it before, she has an AoE defense break, so she could AoE defense break you, and then she's going to start revenging on you. You don't have Vero, you only have Mav. This team's really good though. It's been really reliable for me. Like I said, I think this is like my 4th clear of her or something like that on hard. I like this team a lot. I think it's really good. So you have to be careful with that though, because the revenge can get you killed. So if she's red, instead of like slowing her and stuff, you will see all 3 splits of her in this video. I think that's really exciting. She will keep all 3 colors for herself, so I can show you like how I did all 3 of those. So for the red one, you kind of want her to merge as soon as possible so she stuns herself and she stops revenging on you. So if you can kind of avoid it, don't attack bar reset her and don't slow her. So here we go, she's about to merge. Whenever she gets this turn, she should merge. And then I think I didn't save my slow. Like, she's gonna merge right here, and I just used my slow a second ago. So I kind of fucked up. Don't do that. My slow's up here in a second, so maybe I can save it. I decided to attack bar reset, but maybe I should have actually saved it. And then I land the slow on her right now. And then I'm just gonna try to do as much damage as possible while she's in this stunned state. When she gets unstunned, she does not remove debuffs. It's only at 2 points when she splits her clones out and when she tries to merge with them. Those are the only 2 times when she removes debuffs. So I don't need to be saving my slow just yet. And then she does have a couple more turns, I think 2 more turns, until she's able to put 2 more colors out. We can see that the icon up in the top right corner is about like half full. It's like shaded in half, I don't know. So she won't be able to do that immediately. I think she'll probably defense break me again with her second skill and then do her clones. So I'm just going through my rotation right now. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with my attack bar resets, with my Wings of Wind, and with my Spectra's second skill, because Spectra's like my main damage dealer here. Sig, I don't think he was doing too much. I don't know why. Maybe it was that speed rune in slot 2. But yeah, so I think I was actually watching a TV show at the same time. That's why I was kind of going slow or something. All of the small things, I'm using Bella's Seize instead of her first skill, because Bella's Seize does a tiny bit more damage. You never know when that tiny bit more damage, especially if you're attacking her so many times, you never know when that's going to be the difference between a successful run and a failed run. So I'm just going through my rotation efficiently. Like I said, trying to time the Wings of Wind out properly and not using it not using it when I have my big skills already up. Soon here, she will actually get a turn, and I don't need to be conserving my slow right yet. Soon I will be, though. Okay, so this is pretty much the same thing, but since she's blue, she's not revenging on me. If she was red, she would be revenging, or if she kept green for herself, she would be stealing my attack bar at this point. But since she's blue, it's pretty nice. I can just keep going through my rotation pretty leisurely, and just trying to get as much damage as possible before her second split. This time around, she did split 3 times. I think this is the first time that she split 3 times for me. Maybe not, but I did have to kill one of the clones, and then I just killed her on her third split. So I think this time around she'll keep green. Oh wait, I think she keeps red right now. Wait, what? No, okay, she just used her first skill. She didn't defense break me. Okay, so now if we look in the top right corner, she's ready to split out 2 more colors, whatever they may be. So I need to make sure I have my slow ready for that, because she will remove all debuffs when she does that. So I'm being kind of risky there and using slow just to try to get the attack bar pushed back. I don't quite remember if I have my attack bar reset. Okay, I did. So just doing damage with Mav to get more damage on her. And then I generally use my Berettas first because it gives him a crit rate. I don't know if that's better than the second, efficiency-wise, to do more damage. But I've just been using Berettas first here. Plus his attack bar reset, because I know the attack bar reset does a lot of damage. Okay, so there she goes. She split and she removed all debuffs. So she kept green for herself. Blue is on the left by my Beretta with the eyeball icon under its feet. The red is by my Mav with the flames sticking outwards. So yeah, okay, now blue is your friend. Make sure you defense break it at all times. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do with my Bella. Next, I think I'm going to put dots up. It's pretty safe. Lyrith is green, so she stole my attack bar, and the red one counterattacks, so she did counterattack. I get the slow on everything but Lyrith. So the general kill order, like I said, is green, red, blue. So since I have red and blue, the kill order will be red, then blue. But I'm not going to hit red unless I have her frozen or stunned. So she is, so I'm going to try to do some damage to her. And then I'm wondering here, I think it was definitely the correct choice to save my heal right there because Lyrith is green and she's about to move on me. Okay, so Lyrith just did her AoE defense break, so that is not color specific. That's just Lyrith's skill. And then here, I need to make sure the enemies don't get to move on me. I need this damn defense break off me. I tried to go for a despair stun there, and then right here is a very big, important thing. My Sig is extremely squishy. He is defense broken, so I am not going to hit the red one. I'm just way too terrified that she's going to do damage to me, and then I may not even be able to CC the blue one just yet. So I do think it's the correct choice to CC the blue one. Oh wait, okay, that was kind of risky. Well, okay, I guess that was fine actually. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Maybe I should have hit her with Mav because Mav's tankier. So, what I was foreseeing happening was if I AoE'd with my Sig, the red one would have revenged on me, and then I may have not been able to CC the blue one, and then the blue one just kills my Sig, and then the run's over at that point. So I guess that was fine. I don't know, maybe I should have just tried to stun her with Mav. I don't have the math like pulled up at the moment to tell you guys about what the chances for my Spectra and Mav to stun. I can link that down below for you guys. I can do it. Yeah, I'll actually do the math and link it down below. But I think they both have a really similar chance to stun. It's like 45% chance for both of them, based on like all of the factors that go into like, do you actually stun or not? So I'll link that math down below for you guys. You're going to have to change the numbers around based on your monster's accuracies. So just figure out where you need to replace certain numbers. And then blue's your friend. So I'm just killing off the blue here. And then since Lyrith is green, it might be kind of useless to use your attack bar reset. Actually, no, okay. It's only kind of useless to use it on her if you're still attacking other things, but when it's just you and Lyrith, I would use that attack bar reset as much as possible. And then once again, make sure you have your slow ready for when she merges, because she'll remove all debuffs at that point. Okay, so now the blue one's almost dead. And I need to make sure to finish that one off. It got kind of close here because Lyrith's attack bar is filling up a lot. And maybe if I didn't land my attack bar reset, maybe Lyrith would have moved first, and I think it would have been a wipe if she merged with that clone. Okay, so she removes all debuffs and stuns herself. And once again, I am so bad at managing my slow, so I don't get it on her immediately, and I'm like, fuck, I just screwed up. If I had that, I would have gotten so much more damage on her. And she's not stealing my attack bar because she's stunned, but when she gets unstunned, she'll start to do that again because she's still the green color, as we can see right there. So she's going to AoE defense break me. She doesn't have her split up just yet. Remember, check her cooldowns in the top right corner. So now she has her split ready, so I need to make sure I have my slow. I think I actually do save it for this one, maybe, because I'm like, I just screwed up twice. Like, am I going to make the same mistake 3 times? Okay, so Lyrith kept red for herself. Green is by my Beretta, and blue is by my Mav. So I'm going to start off the round with doing my dots, because everything's attack bar is really low. The red one, she doesn't do too much damage if you're not defense broken. I'm going to defense break the blue one right off the bat, because you need to have that on her at all times because her damage scales with defense. And then blue one's your friend. I'm going to try to stun the green one, and then go for her. So kill order, green, red, blue, but once again, it's really situational. I'm going to stun the blue one just to make sure that they all can't attack me, because here, oh shit, that was kind of close actually, because I didn't land the attack debuff. I did apply it. Wait, did I apply it? No, I didn't. Do I have it? That was kind of close. I'm trying to, because if I did have that attack debuff on the red one, it wouldn't have been that close. Where is it though? I guess it was on cooldown. So, I always do dots like at the beginning because everyone's attack bar is pretty low. The green one's the only one that's going to steal attack bar and kind of do stuff like that if you AoE, aside from the red one. The red one can revenge, so you have to be careful with your AoEs. So I think dotting is fine in that situation, but sometimes, you know, as the fight goes on, you might have to be careful with your dots, just like you have to be careful with your Sig's AoE, like I did in that one instance. And then, you know, once again, you have to be dynamic with your attack bar resets, just depending on what's going on. You really want to make sure you stagger out all of the enemies, because the red one can taunt you, and then Lyrith herself has a defense break, and they can just end up killing something if it gets defense broken. So here at this point, Lyrith is red, so she's going to be squishier than the blue. The blue one does have some damage reduction on it, so the blue one was my first color that Lyrith kept, and I wasn't able to do that much damage to her. I did get her down to like below half, but you'll be able to notice here that I hit her much harder because she's red. She's much squishier. So at this point, she has 4 more turns before she merges, so I just decided to go straight for her. And then I will end up killing her. So that is how I do Lyrith. I've used this team every single time I've cleared her. Maybe I will try to use a different team some other time, but I haven't even looked up other teams. I think I was planning on doing that 2 days ago, but then I just forgot, and I just did it with this team. So maybe one day I can bring you guys a video of another team just to spice things up a bit. So that will be the end of Lyrith, and that is my final video. You guys can always go back on my channel and check out my runes when I cleared her previously, because they were probably worse on all of my monsters. So yeah, that was her. Check out my runes and skill ups that I used for this one in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck on her. She was a pain in the ass when I first killed her. I think I attempted the floor 75 plus times, and I spent so many hours on it before I was able to pass. So keep at it. You know, it's not like a magical fairy world where I just do it. I have to get a lot of practice in and stuff. So that was it. Good luck, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next video.